Y'all let me know if it sounds weird. It shouldn't sound weird. I think it's doing fine though. Okay, cool. Sure. Let's travel. Thank you. We are on Tatooine. Right here. Go ahead. Head on over to Manan.
Calo Nord is dead, Lord Malak. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend.
Rude.
Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Well, that was heckin' rude. Alright, back to Manan. A couple loose ends to tie up. We have that murder case for Jolie's friends that we need to address. We're gonna have to deal with the Gamorrean that you know, wasn't good at thing.
How can I help? I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us.
Aww.
Did I? I am trying to be sincere here. It occurred to me that I may have been too critical of you, too demanding at times. I know my mannequin is a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really.
Don't forget edgy, critical, and overly secretive.
That's kind of you to say, but I know for myself it's not really true. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course. Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better. But enough soul searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
Yeah, let's. As a thank you for that very kind and soothing speech, stay on the ship. How is it that Auto City Provisional Company can help you today? Of course, the Auto City's provisional stand is here. Customers. Here. Okay. That's fine. Don't need that. Blaster. Play the extra knife. Blaster. Disruptor rifle we can get rid of. The light repeat rifle. Porto. Blaster. Excuse me. Excuse me. That we can. But we'll take the crab egg. But before we go into the Sith base, because that's gonna... You have a name. Greetings, forgive me if this seems an odd question, off-worlder, but might you have any exotic species? Nothing dangerous. I have some... Yeah. You speak of the small bipedal amphibians with the overly high reproductive rate? Oh no, I'm afraid I cannot take this. A compatriot of mine made the mistake of purchasing a pair of such creatures several months ago. In weeks, our storage facilities were nearly overrun. If you are in possession of such creatures, I hope you keep them separated. If not, then you have my condolences. But maybe we could use it. It's better than having nothing at all. Since they're so difficult to maintain, however, I would ask you to provide 100 credits. Okay, I guess there's no way out of that. That's great. Just got swindled out of, but whatever, I guess. Where's our Gamorrean? I could have.
And you need?
Yes?
Not like play Pizza.
Got something on your mind?
Never did actually say why you decided.
Oh, I never did I? Elusive? Me, elusive? Obviously, you've never tried to grab a Twi'lek dancing girl after drinking too much Onderan Willick juice. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on. To bed. I'm old and tired, you know.
Not really.
How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters and the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask? There. Now, was that so hard? An old man has to be allowed some petty eccentricities. Nice to see you agree for once. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued. Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you, but... I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick. Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. That can be all bad. Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day. Nonsense. If I ever refused to help you when you asked, how confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
So, Jolie, you decided to leave your little hermitage in the forest and come help us stop the Sith. I guess you realized this was worth coming out of retirement for.
Yeah, that's right, Sonny. The Sith are the greatest evil to hit the galaxy since, well, the Mandalorians. And they're the worst thing since Exar Kun, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc.
Okay, you lost me there. Are you trying to make a point?
Look, everybody always figures the time they live in is the most epic. Most important age to end all ages. But tyrants and heroes rise and fall, and historians sort out the pieces. Malak is a tyrant who should be stopped. If he conquers the galaxy, we're in for a couple of rough centuries. Eventually, it'll come around again. But I'd rather not wait that long. So we do what we have to do. We try to stop the Sith. But don't start thinking this war, your war, is more important than any other war just because you're in it.
That's an interesting theory, but I don't buy it. The Republic stands for something. It stood for something for 15,000 years. And if it falls, everything will change forever.
You believe whatever you need to get through this, Sonny. The bottom line is we both want to stop Malak. So let's not get hung up on the details. Let's just get back to stopping him.
Jolie, it is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how do you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Laura. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Laura. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Go to the court. And Jugs Stelkar acting on behalf of the Selkath government of Manan. It is my task today to answer the needs of off-world citizens of both the Republic and the Sith Empire. If you have legitimate grievances with another party, then you should speak to me. You should first, however, consult with the Republic Embassy before pressing formal charges. There's something you wish to bring to my attention. I'd like to investigate the murder case involving Sunry. This is acceptable, I believe. In Manan legal tradition, the defendant can have an arbiter who tries to prove his innocence in court. The arbiter is a neutral party that can investigate and present evidence in trial, and argue on the defendant's behalf. As you are a Jedi, I believe you can fulfill this role adequately. I suppose your Sunry's only hope. We have
to at least try to help him.
So be it. You are now appointed arbiter in the case of Sunry versus the Sith Empire. Your name and position have been recorded in our files. I will now inform you of the pertinent facts in this case. You have a limited amount of time in which to investigate and organize the defense of your client, and I advise you to use it wisely. Sunry was seen leaving a hotel, leaving behind a dead Sith woman, Elassa Huros. He has been charged with murder and is being held in the Outer City prison facilities. Due to his crippled status, he is being kept in a solitary holding cell. Witnesses claim to have seen the killing and are being detained at the hotel in question pending the trial. The manager of the hotel has now been informed of your appointment. Elassa was found dead of a blaster wound, incriminating Republic metal clutched in her hands. This information has been uploaded to your datapad. It would be wise to review all information before the trial starts. You may question Sunry or the witnesses. The evidence in this case is heavily stacked against Mr. Sunry. I believe it will take some doing to absolve him.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
You may also interview the judges here, including myself, to get an idea of the pertinent factors in this case. Since this is your first case and you are an off-worlder, I feel compelled to add good luck to my final missive. I shall answer questions pertaining to the case and those questions only. I find the idea that some half-human cripple could murder someone as obviously competent as the last question is. A man who can barely walk killed a Sith warrior in her prime? Preposterous. But I wouldn't put it past the Republic to try and arrange such circumstances to see her dead. The Sith are much more straightforward about their intentions. Is that all? Is there anything suspicious about this case? I find it presumptuous to assume that the cripple Sunry could kill Alasa. I think that there must have been another there who killed her, perhaps one of the witnesses. I do not know the reason for the metal clutch in Alasa's hand either, but it may have been that she fought them off even as she died. I think this may be the work of some Republic conspiracy, and I am not afraid to say so. If the only means I have of hurting a Republic is Sunry, then so be it. Is that all? I think the Republic and the Sith Empire. I think the Republic is an institution in sore need of change. It has gone on too long, and the Sith are the fresh wind of change blowing across the galaxy. I do not believe in the false stories of the evils of the Sith Empire. They are nothing compared to the oppression and stagnation that the Republic represents at its core. If I was given the power to decide, Manam would join the Sith, forcing the Republic to accept the new face of the future. Sadly, it would appear that I am wiser and more farsighted than my immediate superiors. I am relegated to civil judicial matters. I should have read that in Trump's voice. I will judge this case, and I will find Sunry as guilty as he is charged to be.
So nice to meet an impartial judge for a change.
Impartiality is one thing. Blindness is another entirely.
You said it, not I.
Are you finished? That bring frivolous topics to discuss. I deal with trial information only. Okay. That was about as helpful as 45. Since you've been designated arbiter in the Sunry case, I shall answer questions that you might have. What do you think of Sunry? Sunry is a former Republic officer who is highly regarded by your people. He is admired by your people here on Manan and even maintains some sort of relations with them still. If he is capable of, as some of the Republic's citizens still believe him to be, he is certainly capable of actions that will result in... Is there anything else you wish to ask in relation to the case? Is there anything suspicious about this? Well, I have often wondered if Sunry was so innocent, why was he succeeding in crime? Why would he have been running, yet not committed the crime himself, or at least aware of what had occurred? This case seems fairly simple and obvious. The Republic stick together, however, and I assume you go to lengths to defend him.
The Republic believes in justice, as do you. We just want Sunry to be fairly treated, that's all.
What else do you want to ask? Both empires are at fault for this current conflict. The Republic in the past for laying the foundations upon which the Sith Empire grew, and the Sith now, obviously, for starting the war. Food. But no matter the wrongs that have been done in the past, the Sith now have no cause for renewing hostilities. It almost seems as if they want to conquer everything. I believe the Republic has every right to defend itself and drive the Sith back where they came from. Fortunately for them, and perhaps for us, they do not seem to be doing too good a job of it. Is there anything else you want to know? I suppose I must spend some time talking with you since you are here in an official capacity. What do you think of Sunry? Sunry was a Republic soldier, a hero even. If his Republic masters will let someone so valuable go so easily? I think not. I think Sunry maintains his contacts with the Republic and seeks to escalate the situation. Something else you require. Vicious. I found this case to be fairly straightforward. Sunry is from the Republic, Alasa from the Sith. The great empires battling now live out their conflict through their minions, too. Is that all? And what do you think about the Republic and the Sith? I do not buy into the Republic line that this is some epic battle of the good Republic versus the evil Sith Empire. The Sith is merely an expansionistic power, much like the Republic was early in its history. It's simply the training of history where the old is swept away by the better new. Anything else? No, do not disturb me unless you have trial business. And these judges are just something else. As arbiter of the Sunry murder trial, you have the authority to question me on matters pertaining to this. Let's trial. You have the right, arbiter, to ask me questions regarding the case. I think Sunry is known to us as a hero of the Republic in your perpetual conflicts with the Sith Empire. While he may have been severely injured in the line of duty, I personally hold him in quite high regard.
Speaking of that injury, has it been taken into consideration, Your Honor?
In no way does his disability hamper him, though. Rest assured that my personal regard for Sunry will not affect my judgment. While emotion may rule your Senate, the cold hard hand of the law rules Hero Manan. Is there anything else you wish to ask me, human? Anything suspicious about it? Yes, there is something that has been bothering me. Metal that was found clutched in the Sith's hand. I find it most odd that such a blatantly incriminating piece of evidence would be left at the scene of the crime. We have analyzed the evidence and it does not appear to be a replica, but I still have my doubts. In the midst of the crime, though, Sunry could well have lost it. I have seen much more improbable things happen in my tenure.
Simply because it was real does not mean Sunry would have overlooked it being in Elas's hand.
Is there another matter you wish to inquire about? What do you think about the Republic and the Sith? The governing bodies of both states seek to keep an amicable relationship with our world in order to facilitate the reporting of culture. I do not delude myself into thinking that either of your states holds any great love for us, but we are necessary, so you will let us hold our autonomy. I try not to concern myself with intragalactic policy. I find it stretches the letter of the law too much for my tastes. There's something else. Very well, when you feel you have gathered enough evidence, you can speak to the warden in charge of the prison where Sunry is being held. You will bring Sunry to us and the trial will commence. Last one, and then we go to the hotel. Ah, the Arbiter. Since you have been permitted to defend Sunry against these accusations, I shall assist how I can. Think a second. Sunry was a great warrior in his time. He fought for the Republic against Sith aggression and proved valorous. Oh God, I have great respect for his accomplishments and find it tragic that he finds himself in his current condition. If the Republic had more individuals like him right now, I do not believe the Sith is so great a problem for your people. Is there any other way I can assist? I find it questionable that a man with such a reputable past as Sunry would murder a Sith woman, especially not from behind. But knowing the Sith, there was probably some deception involved. They seek to do the same thing to us here. There has been much pressure by the Sith on our government, even on the judges themselves, to deliver a guilty verdict in this case. But the letter of the law is absolute and will not be compromised for Sith power games. You think? I find this great battle being waged across the galaxy both disturbing and ultimately tragic. For all its faults, your tottering republic has benefited the vast majority of the galaxy for many millennia. To see it fall into ruin in such a short time, I do not like the Sith. That I make no effort to hide. I will even admit that if given the option, I would rule that we should join the Republic. But I must remain impartial and rule on this case as the law requires. Anything else? Nope. Go find the hotel.
one defending Sunry now, huh? Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions you want too.
What you saw?
The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot.
How bad? But he's pretty damn sure that he left.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the court. No way I'm lying to the court just because you want to get your Republic buddy off or whatever. I have no interest in going to prison. What do you want to know? Alasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on. There were only 2 other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a Rhodian named Glupor. Seems like a really dirty, shifty type. Normally I don't let his kind in here. I'm a reputable businessman, you know. But there weren't many people here, so I decided to take a chance. The other is a regular named Firith Me. He's a Pazak player. Probably an addict, but he claims he's big in some circles. Don't know anything about him other than that. Anything else you want to know? Well, okay. If you need anything else, I'm gonna be right here.
Rummage through your footlocker real quick. Thanks for your credits, and then I'm gonna ask you questions.
You with the Selkath? You here to see me about the murder too? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want from me? Sunry, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel too. Going to Alasa's room always, of course. Kept the rest of the building up half the night with their damn antics usually. I'm not saying anything like that. What they did in that room in private is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith master didn't know, you must be fooling yourself. Well, Alasa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see anything. You know, I think I could trust you. Heck, I don't even know why I shouldn't tell you. Well, one time, I saw Alasa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Now, I don't have any qualms about the Sith. I leave them alone, and they leave me alone. And seeing as how Alasa had a Sith lightsaber under her cloak, I'm not going to poke that hornet's nest. Seems so. But I'm not getting myself in any further with the Sith. I know how ruthless they are. Now that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify to the court, but you aren't going to get anything else out of me.
Whoops. You here with Selkath? You have questions for Glupor? Glupor already say everything he know. Questions about the murder of Alasa. Glupor told everything to Selkath. You not know? Glupor have no reason not to say. Glupor tell everything. Everything about murder. Everything about Sith Lady's room. We're at the hotel. We're staying at hotel. Glupor not very rich. Hotel much too rich for Glupor to live at, but Glupor stay for weeks and have enough to stay here for a few days. Using Glupor's chance to live better for a while. Glupor not see murder. Oh no. Glupor Did see Republic guy, the cripple, Sunry, his name Glupor thinks. Glupor see Sunry running away from scene of crime. Glupor see nothing else. Nothing else at all, especially not in Sith Lady's room. Glupor just curious to see what had happened. Glupor have no reason to go into room. No one paid Glupor to do it. Yes, or how you know someone paid Glupor? Well, Sith man came up to Glupor after murder. Before Selkath arrived, he gave Glupor good money if Glupor put metal and Sith into Sith's hand. Glupor good. Glupor plant evidence and no trace, but Glupor not recognized. Anyway, Glupor not recognize humans very well. No use to Selkath, so not bother to tell them. Well, that and the Sith man say he killed Glupor if Glupor speaks. Glupor think he can't talk more right now. Glupor feel the need to lie down. Maybe he just get here. Hey. Arth.
Uh-huh.
Out my way.
On it. Damn!
Sure. No problem. Didn't work.
Yes?
You got this? Let me call in and...
Ready!
Wrong expert.
What? Gotcha. Simple.
Confess that the murder claim at Sunry. I told you that once he brushed up against Lhasa and Poke fell up and to reveal that she was carrying a lightsaber, the mark of a Jedi. It was Dark Jedi allied with. For Professor Sunry's innocence, he claims that this is some sort of frame up by someone who wants to get revenge. Sunry was an old war hero against the Sith, so they might harbor him. You have heard rumors that Sunry may have been cheating on his wife, or about.
Yes?
Okay.
You, Jedi. I hear you are investigating the Sunry murder trial, are you not? This case is not at all what it appears to be. Many currents, might I say, flow beneath the surface. This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. Sunry and Elassa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes? I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from the start. If you want to get to the bottom of this murder, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies. No, of course not. You think state secrets are for sale on the common market? You would have to be devious to get what you want. Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
Hey.
Have you managed to retrieve? Time is... I'm sorry. I'm on duty, citizen. Please refer any questions to our diplomatic corps. Thank you.
So, you're the one Roland has got to help. He's a Sith spy we picked up a little while ago, snooping around outside trying to get in. We thought he was suspicious and brought him inside when the Selkath weren't looking. But it seems the Sith have done a pretty good job of conditioning this guy, and we haven't been able to break him yet. The Sith protect their really important spies with some sort of mental force feedback system. They can turn their minds in on themselves, so force compulsions won't affect them. Combine this with conventional training to resist interrogation, and sometimes it takes months to get them to tell what they know. Do you want to interrogate him now? No problem.
I can't talk now. I've got to get this Kolto loaded up before my shift is over.
That was largely. For no reason.
Good race, Sector Champion. I guess you'll be off to the big tracks once the circuit is back up.
You got any armor plating for my spook? I thought this garbage was free. You actually sell this junk? You fish are a strange breed.
I know you. You're the arbiter in the murder trial. Elassa was a friend of mine. If there's any justice in the galaxy, they'll feed Sunry to the Phyrexians. Shouldn't you be preparing for the trial? What are you doing here? You can ask, but I doubt you'll get many answers you'll like. I know he'd already be tried, convicted, and executed if the Selkath knew anything about justice. But the fish people are as weak as the Republic when it comes to such matters. Is there anything else? I know he'd already... Is there... Go. Stay. Doesn't matter to me. If you want to, you can even wander up to the embassy gates. But don't expect to get inside.
Largely. Negotiate. Oh, wait.
Back off, Republic scum. A man like you couldn't hope to satisfy a Sith woman.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial. My husband is innocent. Please don't let him go to jail for a crime he didn't commit. Sunry is... he's a cripple. There's no way he could have overpowered this Sith woman like they claim. And there's no way he would do something so dishonorable as hit her from behind. Sunry's a decorated war hero. He's a hero of the Republic.
The hero. And, I'm not saying that she's into it, but she could have been into it. You know, hitting it from behind.
This is all a plot to discredit the Republic. Sunry is a victim of a Sith frame-up. Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this. I hear you've been a... What? Don't insult us both. Sunry is a just and honorable man. How dare you accuse him? Us. Of such a thing. Find proof to set him free instead of bringing these baseless accusations against us.
Walk through 10. Yes, see. Where's...
I hear you've been appointed. This is all a plot to find.
Go back to that.
You're the one defending Sunry now, huh? Elasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on. The Sith woman, Elasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off. No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the court. What? Why? Now, is there anything... There were only two other people in the hotel. Normally, the other is a regular. Don't know anything about anything else. He can... Yeah. No. 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 No way I'm lying to the court just because you want to get your Republic buddy off or whatever. I have no interest. What? Now is... They're normal. The other don't know anything else. It doesn't... He can't... No. 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 What? Now, is there anything else? Well... You're the one the Sith, he can't run. No. 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 What? Now, is there anything... It doesn't... The... Yeah. No. 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 What? Now is... Well...
Doing stupid things. It's a really good Jason Lane cockpit. Right. Okay. Oh. Oh,
They're following.
right. Like, not like. Name is Joe, not Hillary.
I hear you've been appointed.
Yeah.
Fine. I hear you've been appointed. And there's. Find the. I hear you've been appointed. Find. I hear you've been appointed as our.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
Find.
That basically. Good,
Who are you? What are you doing here? Jolie. What's he doing here on Manan? Never mind. I'm just glad he's here. So is this some kind of prison break? If it is, we won't get very far before the cell cut us down, I can tell you. Well, I guess if you're going to be my arbiter, you'll need to hear what happened. Might as well start at the beginning. The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. Or so I thought. But the cellcast seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed. Well, I was at the hotel, I admit. And I did meet Alasa there that night, but it's not what you think. I was working with Republic intelligence. We were pretending to feed information to the Sith when I turned Alasa into a double agent working for us. It was going well, too, until she turned up dead. Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and had her eliminated. But let's look at the facts they've given. Alasa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you. Further, they say they found my hero's cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Cellcat, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial. I guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. The Cellcath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with offworlders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial. Go ahead, ask. I don't... No, what this
hello,
must look
Frostbite.
like, yes. Yes, we were having an affair. I know it was wrong, but I'm a weak man. Alasa was beautiful and young. How was I to resist her charms? But I didn't kill her. I loved her. Please. I know I made a terrible mistake getting involved with Alasa, but I was going there to break it off with her. I did
Get
it,
up here.
but found out later that she was dead. I don't deserve to go to jail just for having an affair, do I? You have to help me prove that I wasn't the killer. Go ahead. A Rhodian? I didn't know there were any Rhodians on Manan. Oh, except for Tyvark and this one named Glupar who was hanging around the hotel all the time. Okay, so maybe there are a whole bunch of Rhodians on Manan. But what does that matter? If he planted evidence at the scene, it's a clear sign of a frame-up. He probably took all the evidence of the real killer at the same time. The evidence of a Sith conspiracy keeps getting stronger, doesn't it? I suspect there's still stuff you want to clear up. Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide. How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure. Go ahead. Oh. Very well. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready.
Okay. What I need. What? Oh yeah?
Jolie, what are you doing here? The Lord sent me, Sunry. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case. Just like old times, eh, Jolie?
Got it.
You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire. You saved my wrinkle butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall.
Tommy Bugs 1.5 on Instagram earlier today.
Focus on the case. The case
I didn't
is
see
a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. So I thought. But the Cellcast seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
Hats. Oh. Oof. And the cat is gone.
Go ahead. Oh. Well, I can tell you it wasn't easy. She was young and beautiful. But I love
trying to get pets from all over.
I knew I had to do it. I broke it off quickly as I could, and then I left. I found out later she'd been murdered when the Cellcath authorities came knocking on my door. But let's look at the facts they've given. Lasser was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you. Further, they say they found my hero's cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Cellcat, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be... I guess you could enter, but I think anything else... Very well. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial...
Okay, look. Yeah.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial. My heart started seeing Alasa last year. I had my suspicions for a while, but he was careless. Pretty soon everyone knew. But even though I'm sure that harlot was only using him, I know he couldn't have killed her. He came and confessed to the affair to me. He said he was going there to break it off, to end it. Maybe the Sith woman attacked him, and he had to defend himself. But even though he cheated on me, inside he's still the man I loved. Loved. He's too kind and gentle to have killed her in cold blood. That was a long time ago, in a war far, far away. He's changed now, settled down. Oh, just please, prove his innocence.
I wonder if it was a Star Wars.
This is all a plot to discredit the...
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunry since I crashed on Kashyyyk. A man can change a lot in that time. The man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this.
What?
I need hotel owner to testify that Sunry, after, like, all of this. Try talking to her.
Hey, Tyberg, how's it going?
Sith continue to befoul the beauty of this watery world, but otherwise I am keeping.
Ah, glad to hear it. Hey, this stuff's all for the Republic embassies, so can you just bill it to them?
Of course, good soldier. I trust the Republic to pay its bills completely. Come in, you honor my humble store with your presence. All of Manan has heard tell of your glorious swoop riding exploit. I carry many other choice items of the highest quality, items a celebrity of your stature might be interested in. Fortunately, I cannot offer any great insight to this matter. I suggest you investigate the murder scene or perhaps talk to the other residents of the hotel where the crime occurred. Okay.
Have you managed to retrieve the data from our droid in the Sith base? Time is a critical factor.
Talk to you.
I'm sorry, I'm on duty, citizen. Please refer any questions to our diplomatic corps. Thank you.
I want to ask y'all a heckin' question.
Can I help you with anything? Okay.
Curious.
I'm sorry, I'm on duty, citizen. Please refer any questions to our diplomat.
Hey, guy.
You're the one the Sith, he can't run. Yeah, No, I don't. No. No.
What?
Now is there... Normally I don't... The other is a right... Don't know anything about anything else. Elasa used to... It doesn't take a... The Sith woman. He can't run. Yeah. No. 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 What do you want? Well...
You again. Didn't I tell you people everything I knew? So why do you keep coming back to me? I was in my room, minding my own business with the latest copy of Pazak Weekly, checking out the listings for the big tournament that's going to be held here soon, when I heard a blaster shot. Being still alive, and therefore smart enough not to stick my head out immediately, I didn't go out right away. I looked out after a minute and saw Glupor in the hall by Elas's room, and Sunry running like the wind. You can't tell me that someone who was running like that, and he was pretty fast for a cripple, isn't guilty. Yes, well...
Get that. Why are you back, human? Glupor already tell you everything. Why you not leave Glupor alone? Glupor already tell you everything. Why you bother Glupor more? Glupor not answering any more question for you. Bon Scott's previous band, Fraternity, will be releasing lost recordings on at the end of the month. Glupor not know what you're talking about, but then again, Glupor not very bright. Glupor heard of it, yes, but Glupor been locked in this room for days. Glupor think it rather poor insight to think he knows something. Okay, I've already. Okay. But where?
Ready?
Sure.
Don't mind. I will not the table.
I know you. Shouldn't you be... You can ask. I know he'd... Is there... Who knows? Some scheming plot, no doubt. Hopefully the Selkath uncover it and ban the Republic from the planet. Is there anything else? I haven't the faintest clue as to what you're talking about. Is there any... Go. Stay. Doesn't matter.
And going to the embassy. Very dead. Fantastic. Wasting favorite thing. think I have enough evidence to... I mean, I definitely have enough evidence. Being bribed to pay the... Being bribed.
I hear you've been... This is all...
It's possible.
Fine.
You are the arbiter in the Sunry Alasa murder case, then. Hope you are as impartial as the office is traditionally supposed to be. You off-worlders have a tendency to ignore the rule of law in favor of some rather irrational causes. What is it that I can do for you now? You know anything about the star map? No, I do not. It's quite illogical to think that a being who spends his entire day locked in a room with insane people and murderers knows much about the outside world. Anything else? What do you know? Sunry is from the Republic, Alasa is from the Sith. They kill each other all the time. What more is there to know? But as to the details, that is for the judges of our courts to decide. Anything else you need? Oh, hello. Yes, actually I have. We find it very suspicious, but there are no signs of kidnapping. It is likely, though, that it has been perpetrated by Outworlders. One such as yourself, perhaps. Anything else you need? Yes, I'm aware of this fact, human. He is in the cage over there, and I am sure can hear you quite clearly. Okay. Talk to him.
When I get out of here, you're dead! I'll gut your fishy little corpse, cut off your head, and bathe in your blood!
Be quiet, I'm focused. Well, that was...
Jolie, coming to check in on an old man? I must confess, I would rather you were here to speak to the warden and begin my trial.
Soon, old friend. We don't want to go to trial until we've got the whole picture.
Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls.
You're in a cage.
I suppose you know what you're
literally
doing. You know, the role of arbiter cannot
hexagon.
be taken lightly.
Hexagon. The actual word. Oh no, I think...
Well, you know I was having an affair with Alasa. I went there to break it off that night. Well, I can tell you it wasn't easy. She was young and beautiful. But I love Alora. I knew I had to do it. I broke it off quickly as I could, and then I left. Found out later she'd been murdered when the Selkath authorities came knocking on my door. But let's look at the facts they've given. Alasa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you. Further, they say they found my hero's cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Selkath, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter. Go ahead, ask. Oh. Very well. Once you...
Alright, let's go to trial. To be certain, human, once the trial has begun, the event cannot be stopped, and once judgment is given, the case can never be reopened. Just be certain your investigations are complete before you request the trial. This is the role of the arbiter. Are you certain you wish to begin? Actually, you're considered. One second. I'm gonna save my game. Now we're gonna go to trial. Very well, human. I shall advise the court, and we will begin immediately. And here goes more distance Voice acting. Let the record show that the trial of Sunry versus the Outer City Authority has commenced. Presiding are judges Shelkar, Goza, El Shikan, Koda, and Dula. Trial is to determine the culpability of Sunry and the death of the Sith Elasa. Representing Sunry in his defense is a member of the Jedi Order. Do you have any opening statements? Fine. Sunry. That remains to be seen. Acting as a prosecutor for the Outer City Authority is an Imperial observer from the Sith Empire.
It is an honor to see justice served, and I will see Sunry is executed for the crime he has committed.
Do not be too overzealous in pressing your commissions. First matter of business is a presentation of a sworn testimony by the proprietor Ignis of the hotel where the murder occurred. What is the testimony you wish to give us?
The man I saw leaving, Sunry, probably left after I heard the blaster shot.
The guilt of the accused is apparent even this early in the trial.
Your place, Sith. This is important evidence. The court will keep this in mind near the top of the list of pertinent facts. Now begin by calling forth the witnesses to the crime and taking their testimony. After each witness has given their testimony and you've cross-examined them, you may ask the presiding judges for their opinions on the current state of the case. A special privilege given by the non-law only to the defendant. So first witness is Furith. Prosecution will question the witness first.
You are Firith Me, the well-known Pazak player. I wonder if we can trust the word of a gambler as reliable testimony.
Ask the witness your question.
Of course, Your Honor. Firith Me, what did you see the night of the murder?
Well, I came out into the hallway after hearing the blaster shot and saw Sunry over there limping down the hall out of the building.
A very obvious point, Your Honors. The accused was seen leaving the scene of the crime after the blaster that killed Elasa was fired.
Very pertinent point, prosecution. It is now the defense's turn to cross-examine the witness. Next.
You mean actually see him kill her with my own eyes? Well, no, but I don't think there could have been anyone else there.
Well taken, Arbor. Additional point.
I think it may have been. I mean, you'd have to be pretty stupid to leave something that important lying around, wouldn't you?
Argument. Additional.
Well, he was moving pretty fast running away, but yeah, I mean, how could he kill a Sith warrior in combat? I don't know for sure.
I think less of Sunry because of his handicap. He is fully capable. Can't you see that the man can hardly walk, let alone fight Elasa? That is enough for now. We will deliberate on this later in private. Do you have any additional questions? Elasa was a dark Jedi, isn't she?
Yes, from what I could tell. She carried a lightsaber under that cloak of hers.
Objection! That doesn't prove she was a Jedi.
No, this piece of evidence is very important. It establishes the character of Elasa and perhaps her intent in dealing with Sunry. Do you have additional questions? Very well. Would you like to use this opportunity to poll the judges? I do not have enough information to make an informed decision. I am unsure. I cannot make my decision. I do not have enough. I cannot tell yet if Sunry killed, but I'm confident it will be. Since the defense has no further questions, we will call out the second witness, the Rodian Glupor. The prosecution may question the witness.
Glupor the Rodian, you were staying in the hotel the night of the murder and saw Sunry leaving Elasa's room, didn't you?
Yes, Glupor sees Sunry running down a hallway, and when Glupor look in room, Sith woman dead on floor.
This is clear, then, that Sunry left the room with the Sith Elasa already dead behind him.
And nothing gets by him, huh? Perhaps, Sith, perhaps. It is the turn of the defense to question the witness now. Is Sunry kill Glupor not see Sunry really hurt Sith, but Glupor did see Sunry leaving room with dead Sith in it. But Glupor did not really see him kill. Yeah. An important distinction, Arbiter. You wish to ask anything else? Isn't the battle at the crime scene too obvious? Glupor not know why anyone leave things in someone else's room? Glupor just think things happen. It is just odd. Yes, odd and wish to ask the witness anything else. Really think a cripple could hurt Elasa? Sunry seems like a strong man, but he is hurt too. Lupoor not think that man like that would stand up to a Sith. Not at all, but Sunry still run fast after. We know full well the extent of Sunry's interpreter. But the fact still remains. Do you wish to ask anything else? Did you plant them?
Lupoor.
Don't do it, Lupoor.
Prosecution. What is it you wish to say? Lupoor paid by Sith to plant that metal.
Slander! I object!
You are certain of this? Lupoor certain. This new evidence puts the entire case in a new light. You wish to ask the witness anything else? Would you like to pull the judges? Yes. I have not enough information. Unsure. Cannot make. Do not believe. As a well-standing citizen, he could have committed a crime. Perhaps I was wrong after all. My thoughts about Sunry. Since there's no more questions, the court will call Elora Sunry's wife.
You, Elora, are Sunry's lawful wife. Your husband was a hero in the last war between the Sith Empire and the Republic. He was crippled in that war. Do you not believe he'd blame the Sith for his injury?
Yes. I guess he would.
And there you have motive. Sunry seeks revenge on the Sith for what they did to him and killed Elasa.
A supposition for now, prosecutor. Does the defense have any questions for the witness? Was it true husband was having an affair?
Yes. Yes, it was true. He was having an affair with that Sith harlot.
It seems painfully obvious that he killed her to keep her quiet about the affair.
Be silent, you have already questioned the witness, prosecutor.
He'd been seeing her for some time, I think. But he said he was going to change. He'd gone there that night to end it. We talked the night before and he'd promised. But now things have become so very complicated.
Very enlightening evidence. It will influence our deliberation considerably. Any more questions, Art? Sunry was a cripple. Could he have killed?
He was a good man, but his injuries pained him terribly. But he always held on, always persevered. I don't think he could have beaten her or anything like that. But a blaster? I just don't know.
Sunry seems fully capable to me, but it seems unlikely that he would choose to do such. One more question. Sunry was a Republic war hero.
Yes. He fought against the Sith in the last war. He fought bravely, and was even awarded the Hero's Cross. I don't know how much that means to the Sith, or to your Selkath, your honors. But in the Republic, it is awarded only to the bravest, most valorous, most honorable men. The kind of man who earns that medal would not kill someone in cold blood.
Your husband earned a medal because he excelled at killing Sith. It relates directly. Do not let personal be your judgment of the law. Do you have any more questions? Opportunity to poll. Enough information, and is perfectly capable of committing, cannot make my decision. I believe Sunry is a well-standing Republic citizen. The crime, perhaps I was wrong after all. My thoughts about Sunry.
I wish to call forth Sunry himself, your honors. Are you a war hero, Mr. Sunry? You fought in wars against the Sith Empire, correct?
Yes, that's right. And I don't regret it either. The Republic needs its heroes.
Indeed. Would you say that you dislike the Sith? Even hate them?
Of course I hate them. Trying to take over the galaxy every chance they get, killing millions of innocents?
Pure politics. Were you in Elasa's room on the night of the murder?
Well, yes, I was. I had been having an affair with Elasa, my wife, yes. But I realized how wrong I'd been, and I was going there to end it.
You were having an affair with a Sith, you wanted to end it quickly and quietly, so you killed her from behind and tried to flee.
No,
I think we can see the answer clear enough, Mr. Sunry.
Not interrupt the accused. In fact, I think you've said quite enough already, prosecutor. Was a Sith spy.
Of course she was. Why would a young, beautiful Sith woman get with an old cripple like me?
Merely suspects the incompetence of the murder indicates that her occupation was not about it. Fact remains, Elasa was a Sith and likely a spy as well. How could Elasa have gotten a hold of your...
I don't know. The medal had gone missing some time ago. I never found out what happened to it. It's possible the Sith had stolen it and had it planted on the body.
Supposition, Your Honors?
True, but it does have merit and deserves consideration. Is there anything else you wish to ask? Run and bear with the Sith.
Yes, I think they would. They wouldn't want to lose one of their sources, even though I didn't give them anything. They might have killed her for her failure. Or they might have thought she'd turn against them or something like that.
The Sith Empire is not the barbaric institution you portray it to be.
The silent prosecutor is a valuable point that lends some credence to your defense, Arbiter. Anything else? No. Nation, unsure. Evidence is weighted against Sunry. Do not believe Sunry could be hidden. Witnesses have all been called forward and questioned by the prosecution. The prosecution will now present, in closing, a summary of the pertinent facts of this.
I think the facts in this case are very straightforward. Sunry was having an affair with Elasa. He sought to end it, and the simplest, quickest method, given his hatred of the Sith, was to simply kill her. Witnesses saw Sunry fleeing the scene, and material evidence places him there at the time of the murder as well. I am confident that any informed observation of the facts will lead the judges, Your Honors, to this very conclusion.
Your closing statements are. No one actually.
Well, that doesn't mean a thing. He was there, running from the room.
If you got to return again, you will be forcibly ejected from the courtyard. Valid fact. Okay, another point. Sunry was a cripple and couldn't have killed her. A cripple can be just as capable as many others. Sunry more than most. You overrate this point. Perhaps, so the other arguments. Fair says.
The Sith would not leave the medal of her killer clutched in her hand.
Time for arguments is past. I will remember that. Argument does bring out the valid point. Else, Spy and Sith are framed. I find that highly unlikely. Arbiter, the Sith have no need for deception, tax speed. Sith have been known for violence, deception, or murder before. It's also true. Is there another point? The court will now deliberate amongst themselves. The court hereby finds Sunry innocent of the murder of the Sith Elasa.
Your Honors, no!
We should sample that for the reissue. Because the Cellcath said silence, but it's in Cellcath.
I knew you wouldn't let the Republic down.
Oh, Sunry, I'm so glad.
Elora, thank you for saving me. I don't know how I can repay you. Elora and I are going to leave here and get as far away from all this as soon as we can. I and the Republic will not forget what you've done for us. Thank you.
Get her. There you come. You test the court. Your task with the courts have been complete. You have fulfilled your role as arbiter. Should you have any other grievances you wish to present, give them to the judge on that. Okay, so we got that finished. Hey. Harp ND. Bye-bye.
You there. I don't recognize you. How did you get in here? You, Commander
You, Mr. Fancy Space Wizard with a laser sword, thinking you said better than this and hisn'?
You authorized this person to enter. I don't know them. And their identity.
What?
Hey, y'all. Let's make some bad decisions.
You not this again!
Bad decisions are fun.
Yes, what's in?
No.
You got
let's
it.
not have this. Not have a heart to heart. Okay. I like it. All right.
Ready.
Build up. Build up, y'all. You, sir. You have shield. Go ahead and give that to Karth. You have a force shield.
Sure.
Valor. You can hit Valor. You already have. But you can do that.
What?
And let's go have some fun. Bunch of parts. Targeting. Yeah. You know. What's up, y'all? You. That to you. You.
Not this again!
How'd you like that? You asked me.
Yes?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes?
War Massey the Droid. What else? Robots are.
Yes?
Okay. That taken care of. Let's go ahead and hit that save game. What's up, y'all?
Yes?
You asked for this!
God.
Deadly toxin.
Here, what thing's happening right now?
What?
Yeah.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that? Let's go! How'd you like that? You asked for this!
Oh, barely made it out of that one. Hey, go ahead and just chill out, regroup.
And you need?
I need you to use your force magic force powers. Fill this bad boy up.
Sure.
Go ahead and wait till our force power.
Yes?
What? Yes?
Yes?
Sure.
Ready?
Sure.
Go through some doors. Not go through that. Well, let's go into the cloak. What's up, guys? Yep. Go out of the way. Ooh, and break. Okay. Now they have to stop.
How'd you like that?
Okay. Analysis, which we need. Bad guy. Apparently there was a mine there. Permanently. Okay. All the doors.
vehicle may flood occupied chambers. Please ensure...
There's a handful of Jedi in here.
What? How'd you like that? Time to rumble.
Wow. Oh. Yikes. Man.
Warning.
Thanks. Oh, cool.
Yes?
That was brilliant. Use your massive force powers.
Yes?
And you need?
Warning.
Wonder if I clearly did not. That motherfucker
How'd you like that?
But 3v1 is much better than 3v3. I mean, let's forget the fact that I just drowned this motherfucker, but you know, whatever, I guess.
Warning. Active. Warning.
Fucking got it.
No problem.
Okay.
Didn't work.
Alright. And heal up. Hit that save real quick.
Yes?
Cast me in that force. Viewership is kind of here and there, but if there's anybody kind of happens to be, love to know.
Yes, what's it?
I don't. Not now. We'll talk on the ship. I do catch up with. Do need to catch up with mechanics. Oh, gee. Get that. Oh my god, fucking grenades can fucking go on with themselves. Okay, we need to like attack different people. I don't know why my team is so goddamn stupid. Prefer. I don't know why we they're seriously the worst team. Like, why would you attack? Why would you all attack one person when there's 5 people in the room trying to actively hurt you? A team. You're making no sense. Get your shit together. Where we're at. Barracks. I'm trying to. There's no way around. I feel like that has something. Defense, credits. Sounds good. Sounds important. care of. Eric.
Ready.
What?
Sure. Here real quick. Yes. Fucking grenades.
How'd you like that? Down you go!
Okay, cool. Glad we could figure it out. Great. Glad we can figure that out. But I can level up. But we'll go attribute. Oh, I have to spend all of your points. Click on plus minus arrows or use the. Oh, I get it. These I don't. What's up, y'all? Probably gonna hang out a little longer and then raid Kenley when he does the thing. Yep.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
Got the shit.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
This one has things. This one? Save. Or we keep going. Dormitory? Intruders! Should we sound the alarm, Josh? No, wait, we cannot always be running to the Masters for help. We should handle this on our own. Perhaps this is the test that Sith have prepared us for. What are you doing here? Only Masters and apprentices are allowed in here. How Vengeance, what are you Sith doing inside the Sith? That they're teaching us mastery of the Force. Our alliance with the Sith will bring the strength to the non of the Selkath people. Propaganda, Sith has promised to guide us to the Force as a sign of their good faith, and once the Republic is defeated, Sith have promised to withdraw us from Anon and respect our independence. Republic is defeated. Spare us your lives. The Sith have treated us with nothing but respect. You speak as if we are prisoners here, but we can leave whenever we wish. Our friend Gallus chose to leave. He returned safely to his home in Outer City. Joshua, what if they speak the truth? Remember what happened in Terrace? Terrace is nothing but a Republic lie. If the Sith are such monsters, and prove it to us. Surely there must be some evidence of the horrors they commit. Oh, they will use you to conquer Manon. So you say, but why should we believe you? Physical proof, not the words of some Republic sympathizer. Gosh, I think we should. We will not report your presence to our Sith Masters again. If you bring us proof of Sith lies and torture, we will return our family to support this out of city.
Great. It can't be that hard to find proof of the Sith's activities, can it?
Till then, we shall stay here and continue our training in the ways of the Massey the Force. Alright, well, before I move on, I'm gonna steal your shit. Okay? Thanks. Good talk. Save just because in high-risk situations, you save. That way, if you do have to backpedal very room. Aha! Found it. Oh, gosh. Tortures Selkath is holding some sort of well, I found your proof. Guys. Hey guys. Hey. Have you brought us evidence to back up your accusations? Found proof the Sith are evil as you claim. This is the pin I gave Gallus when you killed him. What on it? You could have found this anywhere. For all we know, you killed Gallus. It is not enough. I'm still not convinced the Sith are the monsters. We must find more definite evidence if we are to believe.
Well, great.
I mean, aside from the fact that down the hall, like we're over here. Okay. Which, let me tell you, super excited about. Droids. this TB's me.
Yes?
Heal everybody up. Quick.
Sure. Yes? Yes?
And you need?
What?
No?
How did you get in here? Wait. I recognize you. Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Terrace alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
Well, let me guess. You intend to collect this reward, right?
Master, give us the honor of aiding you in destroying this enemy of the Sith.
See? What did I tell you?
As you wish, my eager apprentices. We shall remove this thorn from Malak's side once and for all.
Okay.
What? What?
Ready?
Sure.
You asked for this!
Okay. So there's that.
Yes?
Here's your proof. Have you brought us evidence? Young son. That event proves the Sith are lying to you. Masters look, you're speaking the truth. I cannot believe it, and yet the evidence is right before me. Sith wanted to use us to betray Manon. I must apologize for doubting you. Sith are truly as evil as you have claimed. We must report this to our city authorities. Yes, we must report this at once. We thank you, human, for showing us the truth. You have saved us from a terrible mistake.
Just be careful with those gifts you've already learned. Beware the dark side, or you may end up betraying your world regardless.
Quickly, my friends, we can stay in here no longer. We must free this foul embassy and warn our people against the plot to corrupt the Manon youth. Okay. Okay. Good shit, y'all. Gotta go all the way back. Hey babe, a shallots, they're kind of onion. You're welcome. Here to help. Allie, what are you doing? What?
Got some. Oh, I get it. We have explored everything. Teasing. You there, human. You are placed under the arrest of the Otto City Civil Authority. Though the Sith Embassy here is considered sovereign territory of the Sith Empire, we have been monitoring an alarming number of weapon discharges and detonations from within the base. Inquiries to the south of the embassy yielded no response. It would seem that contact had been cut. Our cameras reported you entering the base shortly before contact was lost and fighting began. It is the conclusion of the Outer City Civil Authority that you are responsible for the disturbance here, and you are hereby placed under arrest. Come with us to await your trial. As material witnesses, the individuals who accompany you will be detained at your vessel, and the vessel itself prohibited from leaving Manan. You will leave now. Do not attempt to resist, or we shall resort to overwhelming force. What, baby? Greetings, human. I am called Bolas. I have been selected as your arbiter for the duration of your trial. Arbiter? Violent charges. Been charged with initiating violence within the Sith Embassy, murdering members of the ambassadorial community of the Sith Empire, and disregarding our own laws against violence in Outer City. I would first like to ask you a few questions regarding the events that led up to your arrest. I've already been given all relevant data on you and your companions, so that can be disregarded. For what reason did you enter the embassy?
Indeed, I find that unlikely, Off-Worlder, but perhaps the judges will be more sympathetic to your view. What is your prior association with the Sith? On missions happen. Sith are an expansionistic power, true, and at war with the Republic. You may make it your personal mission to foil them, but the authorities take a dim view of it taking place here. I think you will need a more thorough explanation. That should be all the information I require of you for now. If you wish, we can begin the trial whenever you're ready. Have proof of this. See, what is that? This data proving they are kidnapping young Selkath. This is most disturbing. We should take this evidence and present it before the court right away. The familiarity you gained in your successful events of Sunry will aid you here, human, but the charges you are faced with are far more grave. You stand accused of the grievous murder of many Sith and extensive property damage to their embassy here. How do you plead? How should I plead? We're guilty. Oh, well, shit. Okay, not supposed to plead guilty. I'm supposed to let the trial happen. Whoops.
You there. I don't reckon.
Oh, shit.
You, Commander.
Hold on. Hold on. Nope.
I did
nope. Nope. Made a grave error. Get. Thought I'd say part of that. Whoops. By the way, garlic is sticky. Hot yacht. Apparently not. Oh. Whoa. Hey.
Yes?
Alright.
Yes?
Ready.
Sure.
How did you get in here? Wait. Lord well, see?
You asked for this! You asked for this! Time to rumble!
Well, that didn't go as swimmingly as it was supposed to. Forgot about that.
Yes?
What?
Trace my steps real quick. Oh, baby. Weird if there's anything down here. Nope. Alright. So, we're gonna pop over here real quick. That fresh save button. So that way, if I accidentally fuck this up again, go through all that again. Okay. Where did I go? Where? Oh, data beverage. Hellcat. Trials commence, providing a judge shell card. Alrighty. Trials determine culpability and punishment of this individual. Given the severity of this trial, we can dispense with the normal formalities of the court and proceed directly. You have pleaded not guilty, yet there were reports of weapons fire and detonation at them. In entering and leaving this embassy, not conferred with the authorities about this matter. But from all available evidence, it would seem that you are the source of the disturbance. What is your explanation for being in the Sith embassy? I was investigating the appearances of young Sith. I believe that this Sith has had something to do with those disappearances. The off-worlder has probably been listening to Shayless and who's rumor mongering. Most likely. Do you have any proof to back up your assumption? Have the Sith been have this data pad as proof that the Sith are up to no good? Let me note that the court has taken this new evidence into consideration. It is most disturbing. The court will adjourn for a brief period to verify this evidence and discuss its importance. We have verified that this is indeed a Sith datapad indicating their complicity in a plot to overthrow the lawful government of Manan. And in gratitude for having discovered the heinous offense, all charges against you regarding this incident will be dropped. Pending a suitable penalty against the Sith, their embassy is considered off-limits to all auto-security personnel. No calls or incidents from their base will be attended to unless this matter is dealt with, as they are no longer subject to the protections of the Selkath law. You have been found innocent and may leave as you desire. This trial is now over. Yo! Fucking did it, yo. Now, go back to the one guy. You know that one guy from that one place? I think, yeah, was it? Yeah. Have you news from you? Have you discovered what? Oh, sorry. Thought you were someone else. You're who I'm looking for. Have you information? Have you discovered the fate of the missing Selkath youth? Have you news of my daughter Shasha? Information for you. So, what have you learned? The Sith are training Selkath and youth in the ways of the Dark Jedi. Yes, this makes sense. It is a wonder I did not see. Manon's greatest strength is our neutrality. If Malak brainwashes our youth and indoctrines them in the ways of the Sith, he will have a strong following among the Selkath people, strong enough to seize control of Manon and our culture. My daughter Shasha. He too has been indoctrinated into the Sith camp. My daughter is still with the Sith. Oh shit, I forgot it. Daughter, what have those Sith done? I will report this to the authorities. I fear without proof there is little they can do with daughter back. I forgot to go back. What? They've done that. I forgot to go back to his daughter. Whoops! What, baby? Back. Hop back over here. Maybe I can just be all healed up. Now I'm supposed to meet Hulas somewhere. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to. Alright, guys. Get into a sign. Come on. Bitch. Because you're under big enemy should not lost. Oh no, something's gotta be done. Not here because self-cast cameras are around. Clueless. Loop racer. Ah, your host. You return. Was our business so unfinished when we last spoke? What is it you want? Then Yvette gave me a message. I did not think you would come, but I knew better, Kalarjen. It is good that you have come alone, for if you have come with others, I will not speak to you of these things. I am who is of the Harad, a secret society of bounty hunters. For 1,000 generations we have existed, but always hidden beneath the impenetrable veil. Heard of you. You ever have. We are shadow, darkness, and light. We are less than a whisper or a thought. We have managed to keep our existence secret far longer than most could ever imagine. If you are ever foolish enough to tell anyone about this meeting or those guys' existence, they would not believe you. They would probably think you were paranoid or mentally unstable. Not even those closest to you can know we have approached you. If you ever speak to me around any of your companions, I will not discuss the Generaden. Do you understand, Howard? And I believe you speak the truth, Galar, but remember this. If you ever betray us, the opportunity will be lost forever. Few among the galaxy have ever heard of us. They never see us, never know we are there. They do not know we exist. If you do not follow our rules, we will vanish and be like all the others. Never see us again. Nothing but a figment of... If you swear to keep the secrets of our order, you will learn of the forbidden society known only to a handful throughout the galaxy. Preserve the secrecy of your excellence. We have high hopes for you within the guild. If you prove yourself worthy, Listen closely, and I will give you a first glimpse into our secret world. We are an ancient guild of elite bounty hunters. For thousands of years, we've been at work throughout the galaxy, eliminating our targets in total secrecy. I may hire you as you exist. The highest corridors of power, a handful of people know we exist and how to contact us. Of course, these people are smart enough to keep this knowledge a carefully guarded secret. And on very rare occasions, when we are seeking new clients, one of our guild masters will approach a powerful political figure to offer our services when right. What does this? By killing Kalanor, you have shown you have great potential. You know, could use someone like you if you are willing, and your work for us could give great aid to the Republic. Alright. Why would you say the Republic? You know, have a vested interest in serving the Republic. It is the perfect cover for our work. We operate behind the scenes, manipulating events through subtle machination. Do you think the Republic has persisted for 15,000 years by mere accident? If not for our influence, distasteful as our methods become, the Republic would have collapsed long ago. Understand the bureaucracy of the Republic, how to alter the course of the we have no wish. As I said earlier, your efforts here will help the Republic. By aiding us, you will earn the right to join an organization with the power to alter the very course of history. Of course, there's those reasons fall. For were their agents very as you can imagine, joining the Jews not a simple process. Proof of your loyalty, your confidence. We're ready and fast. Of course, you will have to come alone and discuss your business. Alright. Kalanor was impressed with the display of your skill, but there's more killing to it. For order, our agents must be able to find and eliminate a target without drawing undue fetching your assignments to others, not even your closest allies. Also, you cannot ask people for information about your target. You must complete your mission using only the information you provide. We begin with something simple. Your first mission to eliminate either of the two targets, a Grand Slaver named Zulun Zenter, or a Rhodian anti-Republic terrorist named Lorgal. Zulun was a common intergalactic slaver who tried to kidnap the daughter of the Coruscant senator. He failed and the girl was recovered, but Zulun himself escaped. He will probably try another kidnapping soon. If he succeeds, he might ransom his victim in exchange for dangerous political secrets that could threaten the Republic itself. Dino will want to eliminate him before this happens. Our latest information places Zulun on Dantooine. He often sells illicit goods to the wealthy settlers of that world. Lance Reader was spotted near one of the settlers' estates on Dantooine, so rarely stays far from his leader. In case he needs to make a quick escape, you should look for him there. Morgul is a radical who wants to destroy the Republic through attacks. He is responsible for over 24 bombings, leaving hundreds of civilians dead. Recently captured and is being held prisoner in the Republic base here on Manana, awaiting transport to Coruscant for trial, and a chance to publicly voice his radical beliefs. We do not want to give him that chance. You must find a way to kill him before he leaves for Coruscant. But you must be subtle. It must look like an accident or an unexplainable death. The Republic will be glad to get rid of Lorgos, so they won't investigate his death closely. As long as he isn't struck down by a weapon in his cell, Vegino will be satisfied. Anything else? Remember, tell no one. If there are others with you when you confront Zulun and Lorgo, make it look as if you are acting on behalf of the Republic, not the Gino. That is all for now. Return to me when either Lorgo or Zulun is dead, and I will reward you. If you wish to complete both missions, feel free. You will be suitably rewarded. It's work. Okay, well, one we can take care of. And however, Excuse me. Goodness. Serve me. Maybe no longer harbor something else, but I guess I can't do that then. That's unfortunate.
Have you managed to retrieve... Excellent. It does not appear to have been tampered with, so the Sith did not manage to copy its contents yet. And now for your information. We are not supposed to speak of this, but since you are a Jedi and we have exhausted all the other options, I think I can entrust you with this. As you know, the Republic is fighting for its very existence against the evil of the Sith Empire. As you also undoubtedly know, we're doing very poorly. We need much in the way of supplies and material to stem the tide of battle and bring us victory. Manan is the sole source of Kolto, the most powerful medical substance in the galaxy. Frankly, we need as much of it as we can get. The Selkath conservatives, with their neutrality treaties, seek to treat the Sith and the Republic equally. This includes Kolto exports, but a few more far-sighted Selkath see that if the Sith are ever allowed to win, the galaxy will be plunged into darkness, and there would be nothing to stop them from taking Manan anyway, so we made a deal. We recently began construction of a secret underground facility to harvest Kolto directly at its source. We also hope to one day be able to synthesize it effectively. Current techniques are insufficient for the task, so we must mine it for now. The amount we take would hardly be noticed, since most is lost naturally before it reaches the surface anyway. We were nearing completion of the base when the digging teams reported some sort of obstruction. An ancient building or artifact, possibly your star map. Transmissions from the base were cut off abruptly after that, and we haven't heard from the station since. As you may have noticed, we're hiring a lot of mercenaries around here. Ostensibly, they're to be shipped off-world to aid in our fight against the Sith, but they're really for another purpose. When we lost contact with the station in the Rackard Rift, we sent our contingent of public soldiers down to investigate. returned. We've tried hiring mercenaries and sending them down as well, but none of those expeditions have returned either. The reason we really sent that droid underwater, and the reason we needed its data back so badly, was to find out what happened to the Rackard Rift station. But now that we have the data back, our operation is in no danger of exposure to the Sith. And now I must live up to my end of the bargain. I took the liberty of having a submarine prepared for your departure. Merely use this card to get past the door behind our KOTOR packing room and enter the sub they're in. It has been programmed to take you down to the station, and also to take you back up should you need something. I would send soldiers to assist you, but we've lost many of ours, and nearly exhausted the mercenary population of this planet. The soldiers we have are barely enough to keep this base secure. The Sith have also noted our interest, and begun to bribe mercenaries away from us. Please, find out what happened to the facility. There may be some survivors left down there. Perhaps even the head scientist, Kono Nolan. Good luck in your efforts.
I'm immediately gonna go tell that one dude. Hope that doesn't alter. That was not. I think it was a. Maybe the jump is. Well, go all the way back. Yes, there's any event to face. It is as I feared. Though the Republic is fortunate I was the one assigned to investigate this case. Human, allow me to be blunt. If I report this violation to my superiors, the Republic will be banned from my town. I do not wish to do this. I see the Sith for what they truly are, ruthless and evil. The Republic has always respected our independence, but if they fall, the Sith will be quick to send an invasion to conquer Manan. But I cannot simply ignore what the Republic has done. The Harak Rift is the source of Manan's Kalto, and I fear the science station may damage production of the delicate resource. We must tell the Republic to stop this madness at once. Make them shut down the facility and recall their people before they do something we all regret. We can't. The Republic has recently lost contact with the science facility. Of course, I should have realized that was they were hiring the mercenaries of 17th. Mission by a few mercenaries alone may not be enough to save their station. There are ancient mysteries within the Crackert Rift that even we Selkat do not comprehend. Maybe the Republic has awakened something that was best left undisturbed. No more than you're telling me. Had I any information, human, I would share it with you willingly. You have done the right thing informing me of this, but I must ask something more of you. We the mercenaries will not find the answers the Republic is looking for. They prefer blasters, brains, but you have shown yourself resourceful. Perhaps you can succeed where the others have failed. Investigate this facility, human. I promise to keep my silence, so that the vile Sith do not gain from the Republic's foolishness. I only hope my silence does not lead to disaster for Manan. Here's the payment I promised. And now I must take my leave, human. My superiors are expecting a full report from me, and there is much I must do to ensure they cannot uncover the Republic's action. Dead. Alright. Back over to the Eben Hawk. Alright, let's backstory updating.
Hey there, what can I do for you? I want to thank you for helping me with Griff. You did everything you could for my brother, more than most people would have. I know it might look like it didn't make any difference in the end. Griff's in debt and on the run like usual. But at least I know we tried to help him.
Come on, mate.
I know people can change no matter how bad they were, but I'm not holding my breath. None of us is perfect, but I've come to realize that Griff is a little less perfect than most. My brother is what he is, but I've learned to deal with that. I'll never forget that he looked after me when I was just a kid, but I don't feel like I owe him anything anymore. I've made my peace with Griff and what he means to me. If he ever shows up again, I'll deal with him. But I'm not gonna dwell on my brother anymore. It's time to move forward. So, is there anything else you need? Okay, have it your way.
Yeah, what do you want? You want another war story, huh? You want to hear about some other world getting wasted, eh? I knew you were the type. Your stagnant republic has never seen some of the strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now.
Sorry, helping before we wrap up here.
If a world isn't strong enough to defend itself, it's basically forfeit. But this story is about something a little different. We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there.
The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells, and the pirates were using them for cover. Ha! I remember using a thermal generator to cause the outer layer of one of the asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew out and shredded the 3 smugglers using it for cover. But that was a mistake. The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most, maybe a dozen meters on a side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other, just a ball covered in frozen gas. But something must have been inside it, something inactive, in the cold. The heat of my blast might have triggered something, or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that. Maybe, but maybe not. It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise. Before we could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed. We couldn't catch it, but we could follow its hyperspace way. We followed its trail as far as we could, heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led beyond the edge of our galaxy, we abandoned our efforts. Anything that wants to commit suicide in that great void is not worth our trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance. Is there something? Your choice.
Let's update this real quick. Alright. I'm probably gonna go ahead and head out though. Let's save game real quick. And then tomorrow, we find the star map on Manon. Maybe. Unless I want to do something. But I think I'm probably just gonna keep doing I'm probably just gonna keep doing Star Wars. As